Have you ever felt stuck in a cycle of self-doubt or confusion about who you really are in today's fast-paced world? I've spent years researching Carl Jung's profound exploration of mythology and personal transformation and discovered that ancient myths are not just old stories, but living blueprints for personal growth that reveal how we evolve into whole, authentic selves. Jung unearthed something remarkable. Myths are symbolic maps of the human psyche that guide us through inner conflicts and transformative challenges, showing us how to awaken our fullest potential. In my research of Jung's work and his clinical practice, I found that many people today wrestle with feelings of fragmentation, identity crisis, and disconnection, the very modern struggles that Jung keenly diagnosed as symptoms of an unconscious life left unexplored and unintegrated. He saw these struggles reflected vividly in the timeless motifs of myth. Heroes confronting dragons, journeys through dark forests, encounters with tricksters and wise mentors, each symbolizing psychological obstacles and stages of growth that we experience deep within ourselves. Jung was deeply empathetic toward this human predicament and believed that ignoring these inner dynamics leads to stagnation and suffering. His patients' stories repeatedly showed how the failure to engage with these mythic patterns left them feeling lost and overwhelmed. But by embracing the symbolic language of myth, they found direction and healing. Today, this insight is more urgent than ever as we navigate a world saturated with external noise, yet starved for inner meaning. Dive into Jung's groundbreaking idea that mythology is actually a manifestation of the collective unconscious, a shared psychic inheritance filled with archetypes, the universal figures and themes that shape our personal and cultural stories. The hero archetype, for example, represents the journey of individuation, the process Jung called the psychological development toward becoming a unique, integrated person. Through the hero's trials, we witness the confrontation with shadow aspects, those repressed parts of ourselves often fueled by fear or shame that demand recognition before true growth can occur. One of Jung's patients famously described a dream that resembled a descent into a mysterious underworld where he encountered a dragon, a terrifying yet fascinating figure, symbolizing his own inner fears and resistance. By engaging with this mythic imagery under Jung's guidance, the patient began integrating those shadow elements, gaining insight and strength that transformed his life. This is the revolutionary point Jung made. Myths are not mere fantasy, but vital expressions of our psyche's language and energies. Instead of escaping them, we must bring them into conscious awareness to complete the individuation process and become whole. Moreover, Jung's emphasis on symbols teaches us that every element in a myth has a personal meaning unique to the individual, making mythology a dynamic mirror for self-discovery, not a fixed doctrine. What you encounter in a myth today may uncover your hidden desires, wounds, or potentials, depending on your journey. Practically, Jung's method invites us first to pay close attention to the symbolic images that arise in dreams, active imagination, or life events. Then, to reflect deeply on their personal significance, and finally, to courageously embrace those often uncomfortable truths about ourselves. Step by step, this symbolic dialogue transforms confusion into clarity and chaos into a creative new identity. Jung also offered the technique of active imagination, a process where you consciously interact with inner figures or symbols from myths, conversing with them as if they were living beings. This bridges the conscious and unconscious realms, fostering a dynamic relationship with the archetypes that catalyzes healing and empowerment. I encourage you to explore myths not as distant stories for entertainment, but as intimate companions on your path. Identify with the hero's courage, the shadow's depth, the wise old man or woman's guidance. Allow these archetypal energies to illuminate and enrich your self-understanding. These ancient narratives can inspire you to face your inner obstacles with resilience and creativity, making personal growth not a chore, but an adventure of meaning and transcendence. Remember that Jung believed in the human capacity for renewal and wholeness, no matter how fractured we may feel. The mythic journey you undertake today echoes countless paths before you, revealing the timeless power of transformation within. If there is one profound lesson from Jung and mythology, it is this: personal growth is a deeply symbolic process of integrating all parts of yourself through the language and patterns of myth until you emerge as your truest self. Embrace mythology as a living guide, your personal alchemy toward wholeness and authenticity. In our next exploration, I will show you how to face your unconscious fears without being overwhelmed, using Jung's authority on the psyche's hidden depths. This will be an essential step in continuing the heroic journey we have begun. For now, I invite you to like this video if these insights resonate, comment below with your experiences or questions, and subscribe to join a growing community dedicated to bringing Jung's timeless wisdom into modern life. Tomorrow's video promises a vital lesson on courage and healing you won't want to miss. Stay curious and remember that the myths within you are waiting to speak.